just a hack. He's just an absolute hack. And he gets his ass kicked by his teammates every week. It's just, it's terrible. It's just terrible.
Welcome back to another episode of the FCS Football Podcast. I am Joe DeLeone, joined by my good friend, former roommate, former teammate at the University of Rhode Island, Mr. Sean Anderson. Sean, today I'm a little upset. I watched at the bar and then also when I got home the North Dakota State Arizona game. I bet on it. And the fact that this goddamn morning that goddamn morning of those games that I had to watch SIU pull off an FBS upset.
Oh yeah.
But North Dakota State lost to Arizona. Do you understand how upset I am right now? Do you understand?
It was a pretty great weekend for me. On the football side of things, it was a very good weekend for me because I got to see your ego death in first person, which was pretty great. Because,
by the way, I have
to
cut you off because you're the worst person to text on a game day. Because like I have ideas and I'm just like trying to have a conversation with you. I have like 4 on it. I triple text you all the time and then you just don't respond. And I'm gonna keep calling you out for it because you're a bad friend.
Hold on.
You asked me last week. You asked me last week, why do I not introduce you as good friend? And I did it today, and I just did it subconsciously. But you're the bad friend because I text you like having a conversation with my friend who I played football with, who I do a lot of shows with about football, and I get nothing. I get no response. It's like I'm just some boob that texts you, and you're like annoyed that's texting them.
I was not annoyed on Saturday. I was just your pal had a tough weekend. Okay, he had a tough weekend.
Let's hear
so
why.
you beat. You know how I kind of refrained after Marshall beat Notre Dame from texting you and lighting you up because I knew you were going through it, and you almost went through it this weekend. Don't think you didn't. Don't think you almost didn't lose to Cal.
But I didn't care. I removed myself from the outcome of the Cal Notre Dame game. If they lost, I was fully already come to terms with it. My expectations are low. The problem was before the Marshall game, they were high, but continue.
Look, it wasn't a great weekend. You didn't text me that much. You texted me a couple times.
And I stopped because you weren't responding.
Which text are you referring to? When are you work out at 11:08 p.m.?
Wait, I texted you.
So I don't texting.
I
so I
texted
don't
you in the
forget,
morning.
I
asked you to send me something, and then I said,
"I'll show you a vertical reaction video."
I texted you something about social media, and then you didn't respond to that. And then all I got from you was, "I'll see what I can do." Violence happening in the bathroom today.
It was. You know what? No, we were talking on Twitter about the geography. That was a good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay, but why did you have a rough weekend? Can you elaborate?
I'm sick of dudes. I'm sick of dudes in bars. And I'm sick of dudes in bars that want to talk to me. I don't go to bars to talk to dudes. I don't. Go there to talk to chicks.
I would hope not.
If I'm talking to dudes, it's the dudes I showed up with. In my crew or Uber.
My boys.
Yes. Not strangers at the bar that play D3 football that have to slap me on the back and say, "Damn, you got a big back." How does that help?
Makes me happy. That makes me
How
so
does it
happy
help me that every weekend I'm getting recruited to another adult football league or another team? Damn, bro, we could use you. Damn.
Which I know you're not going to sign up for.
No, I want to play softball, not kickball. I can't kick that good. I want to play softball. I'll join a ping pong league. I don't want to play pool because those people are crazy. Pool hall people are crazy and they're too good. Darts league, I could do that. I want to play softball. I'll play some pickup basketball when I want to, and I'll run some pickleball when I want to. Stop recruiting me to your adult football leagues. Unless you are a girl.
At least the people that are coming up to are talking to you about football and trying to recruit you. The guys that come up to me at bars.
It's not even that. It's just you know what? I'm sorry to cut you off. I know you get
ahead,
a lot of
ahead.
it too. It's damn.
No, it's
I wouldn't want to fight you at the bar. Motherfucker, do I look like I want to fight anybody? Am I sitting here smiling, watching the game with my friends, drinking a vodka soda or a Corona? Or
you're drinking a vodka soda?
Maybe. Or does it look like I'm sitting here mean mugging everybody, trying to get in a fight in the bar?
Well, I mean,
I'm a happy drinker, correct?
You stand out from above everybody by a significant margin. So every idiot that's drunk is gonna notice you and is gonna want to encounter.
Why can't that drunk idiot be a drunk idiot girl? I'd love to hear. You're so tall. Oh, that's
well, because you used to get those. You used to get those in college when you were in shape.
You're a monster. I'm like, yeah, thanks.
You used to get those comments when you were in college and when you were in good shape, but you're not anymore. You let yourself go.
I can pick you up over my head and throw you if I needed to.
Oh, good. All right, Sean, we gotta
tell me. Whoa. That's a weird shot there, brother.
What? That you're out? You?
No. I've been in the gym. That bar's been bouncy. That you
look like. But do you think
bar's been bouncy, brother?
Your head is way rounder than it was in college. That's all I'm saying.
It is a little rounder, yes.
Maybe
that's why your boy's drinking a vodka soda and not 80 beers. Jerk off.
Sean, I was drinking 80 beers this weekend because I had a hell of a streak this weekend on my bets. On Bet Online,
you do the read then. You do it. You do the read then.
5-0, and then my 2 underdog bets didn't hit. So I'm counting that as 5-0 because I had 2 total reach bets that didn't hit. I'm not doing the
do the read. Go ahead.
I don't have the read pulled up. You're the one who's supposed to have the read pulled up.
Why don't you have the read pulled up, Mr. Professional?
Because I don't do the read.
You suck. I had one bet that hit. One
college football or one NFL?
NFL. It was a parlay. DeAndre Swift touchdown. DeAndre Swift over yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown over yards because Amon-Ra St. Brown. Guess what? He went to a great school. So here we go. Bet Online is the fastest and easiest way for Joe to make a killing betting on football. If you don't like football, don't listen to this show. Go listen to some other slapdick baseball show or something. I'm sure those are really entertaining. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. I'm going to get into combat sport with Joe DeLeone on October 7th. We are in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina. I teased it last year. This will be a fist fight this year. Joe has been incredibly insulting. I will be fist fighting him in Bowie's Creek before the game. Maybe at the 50-yard line.
The stamina's up too.
You think I couldn't grab you by the back of your neck?
I'm in better shape. I'm running. I'm not fighting. I'm running. I'm not. The strength is down. The stamina and the speed is up.
Hey,
I'm running.
Here's the thing. I'm
going to tire you out.
Try. We know what happened last year. You were in better shape than me last year. Way better shape than me last year. But your Saturday morning, you weren't running from everybody. No, I damn near had to carry you around the campus.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I rallied once.
Head to Bet Online today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BLEAV50, BLEAV50 to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts.
Sean, first headline, I want to jump right into this. So I was watching this Arizona North Dakota State game, and Hunter Luepke had a really good game, had a bunch of really nice plays. And the whole time I was watching it and just thinking, okay, they're going to pull away. They're going to pull away. And it almost feels like they blew an opportunity that they had to win. That was a winnable football game. And that was a team that they should have beaten because Arizona sucks. The fact that Northwestern's better than Arizona is right now, without a doubt. It's just frustrating. But it opens up the question here, Sean, that I want to ask is, who is the better team? South Dakota State or North Dakota State right now? Because Iowa, I think we can agree, is a better program than Arizona. And South Dakota State put up a much heavier fight against Iowa. And albeit North Dakota State's game was close, they fumbled away a game, not literally, but they dropped an opportunity to beat an FBS team that they should have beaten. And this is not that same North Dakota State team that beat Iowa, 13th ranked Iowa years back. It's not that same team anymore. This is a different team. It's weaker. It's noticeably weaker. Still a top 2 team, but I am leaning towards saying that South Dakota State is the better program.
I'm going to disagree. I don't think that there are many players on South Dakota State team that are tackling Lepke. They're not. We saw it last year in the championship game with Montana State.
Guy, though,
we saw it last year in the championship game, Joe. What did they do? Ground and pound. Montana State. The hottest team of last year.
You don't think
it was the hottest team of last year?
Built to handle a ground and pound?
Joe, they had a second-round pick at linebacker, Troy Anderson, who had a punt block this past weekend, Atlanta fans. I know you got to see that in person also, jackass. You were talking trash middle of the game. I know you were shaking when Atlanta started coming back.
I was, because I wanted to leave, and then I had to stay.
Why? Because it was a good game?
Yeah, it was really boring for the first 3 quarters of the game.
Of course it was.
I want to leave.
Football.
And then, what boring
Regardless.
and then heartbreaking? Is that what it is? Continue.
Yeah,
Sorry.
We fought a little bit. That's all I need. Look, North Dakota State still better than South Dakota State. I get it. We could talk about Mark Radowski versus Cam Miller or whoever the hell. It doesn't matter. When they really set their mind to it, North Dakota State can beat anybody in the FCS. They can. And when they set their mind to it, South Dakota State can also. But if I'm pitting them both up against each other, it's North Dakota State.
My main thought process behind this, I think in general, South Dakota State has more draftable players on their roster.
Yes.
But I was more impressed in a game in which they gave up 2 safeties going up against a top 15 caliber defense in the country in Iowa. I was more impressed by that performance. And I know Spencer Petras sucks.
I would have been more impressed if Iowa came back and beat Iowa State. I would have been more impressed if they did that and they hung 20 on them.
What does that have to do with anything? Oh, you're saying
because they come on.
Iowa is bad, but their defense is really freaking good. They're really freaking good. Iowa, there is nothing. There are no draft prospects on Arizona's roster right now. Justin Jacobs and Jack Campbell are both going to be top 100 draft picks at linebacker this year, not to mention all the dudes that they have in their secondary. So, again, albeit they struggled, and I know we had this conversation that South Dakota State fans were upset that they didn't win that football game. They should have, and they could have won that game. I was still more impressed with that loss than I was the loss against Arizona, because that is a game that they should have freaking won by multiple scores.
Here's the thing.
Everyone who watched the game could have agreed with that.
Flip the teams, Joe, for me.
Mm-hmm.
Flip the teams.
South Dakota State beats Arizona. South Dakota State beats Arizona. 100%.
Does North Dakota State beat Iowa? Or is it very, very similar fashion?
I think the outcome is similar, because
what is it?
We watched what was the issue is that they couldn't run the ball, and that was all. Like, South Dakota State was trying to lean on the run game, and that's what the same approach would be if North Dakota State played Iowa, is that they would try to run the ball and they would struggle, and then there would be, turnovers and mistakes and such. I think that outcome would be the same, and South Dakota State would be Arizona.
Okay. If you think so. It was a good game. Both of them were good games. And again, they showed that the gap between the top 15 ranked teams, top 10 ranked teams, whatever, in the FCS, and a lot of the Power 5 schools is shortening. The gap is not widening it is closing down. They could go wherever conference they wanted to. That's how it is. It's a good showing of that. You're really down on Arizona. That's cool. I think Jed Fish is trying to build something there. You don't. Difference of opinion.
I'm really proud of you. You're learning coach names. I'm really.
You want to? Okay.
Oh, come on! That was too much of a shot. I'm sorry.
Hey, nice Vineyard Vines T-shirt.
Okay, I'm sorry.
2014 asshole.
See, all of my coworkers made the same comment when I sat down, when I was moving my computer to come tape in this.
Good.
They made
why? Because they're sports guys.
Yeah, I don't have enough. I don't.
These are the
I have no
clothes guys wear. These are the clothes.
I got plenty of shit with holes in it, man. I can. Dude,
this is my Andy Gresh outfit.
I have no clothes to wear to work. I have. Oh my god.
And a whole sweatshirt.
Is there a hole in the butt? Like, is there like a nice like?
No.
Between your.
I had
I've
plenty
got
of
too many
those
pairs
like
of short. Yeah, I got too many pairs of shorts I used to wear around my apartment when I was working from home. But now that I'm in the office, I have 2 pairs of pants I can wear. I tore the other one the other day, so now I'm out of pants.
How'd you tear them?
Yeah, it was just cheap pants.
Okay.
It was just sitting and they tore. That's a. You know what else tore is my hope for Rhode Island football this season. Because they played at home.
Okay.
They played at home, and I also had some dickhead who was texting me that was a Delaware alum that I went to high school with that I haven't talked to. Texted me like, "Oh, it's gonna be a tough game today," and he was like, "Oh, we kicked the crap out of you guys." And I'm like, "Thanks, I didn't like need you to shit talk me, but I didn't think anyone was gonna shit talk me."
So
but it was deserved.
Had it been a back and forth beforehand, like, oh, we got you this year. It was just out of the blue. I'm paying attention now.
Yeah, kind of.
That guy's the worst.
Yeah. Rhode Island managed to completely collapse in the expectations that we had for them against Delaware. They looked like they were asleep. They lost 42-21. Final score says enough. Those were garbage time points. They played like crap.
It wasn't
and this
close
has been
enough.
No. And that has always been the debilitating problem for Rhode Island is that they have never stepped up to play in big games. Never.
We had a good win against Delaware early, but expectations, I think, were off for that, right?
Yes.
A little different. Took Central Michigan to triple overtime. Okay. Again, not many expectations there. There were expectations there. They're still learning to win. Delaware has a couple seasons more of learning to win, of knowing how to win. I said it last week. It was an ugly game. I don't want to spend too much time on it because this isn't a Rhode Island football podcast. People have criticized it of being a South Dakota State podcast at times, but it is what it is. Look, it was an ugly game that came out flat, and that's not anything that the coach didn't say or any of their other coaches. I don't envy being in those team meetings, so how could we be that hard on them? Because we have been in those same meetings with those same coaches and understood that feeling very much so. So it's just a matter of what they need to do, Joe. They got Pitt this week. Jeez. What they need to do after this week, you got to get back on the horse. You got to get 2 in a row. You can't go 3 losses in a row. And it's Pitt. I don't think many people are going to hold a Pitt loss against you. Don't get blown out by 56 to Pitt, but play them tough.
Yeah, don't be New Hampshire.
Yeah,
like
that hurt them last year.
Sean, I was also, as I alluded to the beginning of the show, I was, it's just like a bad FCS week for me, man. Like, just like everything. Just Southern Illinois sucks. And I cursed them.
Obviously, you don't suck that bad.
I cursed them for 2 weeks, and I'm not gonna lie. I was watching this. I flipped on because I was watching Georgia, South Carolina, and that was a blowout. And
that was an ugly game.
I put SIU, Northwestern on, and I was rooting for Northwestern because I am that committed to the bit that I refuse to watch them win. I don't want to see them win, and I'm a little annoyed that they won.
Are you gonna get a Boo Buoy jersey?
A boo what?
A Boo Buoy jersey. He's a Northwestern basketball player.
Yes,
I believe it is. Yeah.
But I just, and props to them. That's all they get. That's the only runtime I'm giving them. You can talk on this, but that's the only runtime I'm giving SIU.
Okay. Sold me on the Boo Buoy, which is, I mean, you're talking about college knowledge. That's deep, by the way.
Okay.
Southern Illinois came out and they whooped that ass. And they said, let's get this funk off of us. And that funk happened to be a 205-pound glasses-wearing dork. And they got that out of the way.
I weighed 205 pounds. Eat shit.
Whoa! Why are you getting? Why are you
calling me fat? That's what you're
is that fat? 205 is good.
Nice, I'm 175. Eat shit.
It's a nice healthy weight for a growing boy like you.
I'm gonna you bring? What's the rule on bringing knives on planes? What's the? Am I allowed to bring a weapon when I meet you? Whatever. Continue.
Ron Bennington had a good line. He said, "I'm going to bring a gun on a plane, and I'm going to tell the stewardess, hey, I'm just going to Ohio to shoot this one guy, and then I'll be back. Okay, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing." So maybe you could talk to the flight crew about that. Look, you got to be happy for Southern Illinois beating Northwestern. You have to. FCS over FBS.
Mm-mm.
FCS over FBS. We get pumped up about it. Yes.
Nope.
Stop shaking your head. I need a nod. You need. Okay.
I refuse.
Right.
I refuse until he
won't.
actually shows up to an interview, and he acknowledges the fact that he stood me up.
How much initiative are you taking? Why don't you go to a post game presser for SIU, and then you get a little bit of FaceTime. Sit with the media.
Wait. If they lost to Northwestern and they lost their next game, I would get on the next plane. That would actually be a hilarious idea. 100%.
You would
100%.
not. I don't think you have that journalist club in your bag. Actually, I don't think you have that.
I'm not a journalist, but I would do it for the bit. I would 100% would do it for the bit.
I don't know about that. We're happy. We at the FCS Football Podcast are universally happy for SIU.
I am not. Quick shout out to Missouri State, who gave Arkansas the business.
They gave him a run, dude. We almost had to do an emergency pod because if Petrino beat Arkansas, it would have been. I was getting texts, not even from you, from others that were saying, "Hey, keep your eye on this." I'm like, it was okay.
It was almost like a break in the time continuum that this just. I didn't even know that they were playing Arkansas, which I wish I was paying attention last week and I wasn't distracted by all this office moving stuff. And I was able to pay attention and know that Bobby Petrino was playing the school that he was disgracefully fired from.
Yes. Big deal. To go up 17-0, Twitter was in shambles.
Yes. By the way, shout out to the Reddit FCS guys. They were on it quick. They posted. Oh, but the image that they posted of the bear with the neck brace was very funny. Was very funny.
Yes.
But I really thought that they were going to pull it off. That would have been good for the FCS.
It would have been. I think it still was good because it's Missouri State, and look, they kept it tight. That punt return for Arkansas was the nail in the coffin. That's a late game conditioning thing. That is where you need to be locked in for the full 4 quarters. They were about as locked in as an FCS team has been for 3 quarters. That's what they had. That's what they were. First half 2, second half, third quarter. Okay. Arkansas's, coming back. Okay, let's put another touchdown on them. Good. But you just fourth quarter, your conditioning gave out. And it might not even given out that much. Maybe Arkansas was just better conditioned, better athletes. It is what it is. Overall, though, a good look for the FCS.
Yeah. Last one before we get to FCS and I don't know what the hell I was trying to say there. Fat stats before we get to fat stats. One last quick plug before we also get out of here. North Dakota narrowly beating NAU 27-24. That was one of the games that we previewed, and that was a much heavier fight. Both those programs are good. Both those teams should be ranked. North Dakota has proven that they are still very underrated. They've got some dudes on that roster. They're not going to finish top 3 in their conference, but they have the capability to do some damage.
I agree, and I believe that one of us had picked them to win the game in FC estimates, and another one of us hadn't done so. So, if we're tied again after this week, I'm gonna have to do the math myself, and I'll comb back through it because I know I beat you this week in it. I know I did.
Sorry, I got so many distractions. All right, can you give us fat stats before I get just fat stats?
Yeah, fat stats here. Delaware quarterback Nolan Henderson kicks it off. 5 incompletions. It is what it is, Joe. I know, whatever. Delaware quarterback Nolan Henderson, 29 for 34, 379 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Returning also for his 3rd straight week, Fordham quarterback Tim DeMorat, 33 for 53. They are going to chuck that ball in for him. I tell you what, 464 yards and 5 tutties. Another quarterback on the list. The last quarterback on the list for today, Jackson State quarterback Shadur Sanders, 20 for 30, 336 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. He also had a rushing touchdown, so that gives him 5 for the game. Running back here, William & Mary, Bronson Yoder, 17 rushes, 134 yards, 3 tutties. Eastern Kentucky had a big wide receiver day here with Jaden Higgins, 7 catches, 175 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then capping it off, North Dakota State, Hunter Lupke, 180 scrimmage yards and 3 total touchdowns. So where are we landing here? Where do you want to land?
It's Damerad again. Are you kidding me, man? My man threw 53 passing attempts and 5 touchdowns. The guy is going to be the permanent. This is the next Bailey Zappi. We are witnessing the next Bailey Zappi. That is what this man is. That is what Tim Damerad will become. Just a random football program throwing stupid stats every week.
You know what? They played Albany too, and it was like a 45-42 win. I'm giving it to Tim Damerad also. He is the new Bailey Zappi. Joe, a quick hack of the week. I know you have to run. I have to run as well. The Thursday night football broadcast I thought was very hackish. I did not like the flow of it. It sounded quiet. Al Michaels didn't feel like he fit. And I thought that and maybe I'm just not used to it yet. I didn't like the commercials they were running. I didn't like the sweepers and the graphics of it. I didn't like much of anything from the Amazon Prime Thursday night football game. Also, Herb Street, better in college.
You sound like one of the 6-year-olds that were like, I can't find the channel, so I'm not going to watch the game. That's my
Hey, I could find the channel, brother. I'm finding channels.
Where's the Amazon Prime channel? I'm not seeing that on Comcast, honey. That's you. That's what you were. And your roommates had to pull it up.
How about you recognize the audience here, pal?
You had it on the iPad, and the iPad was like, the volume was blasted at max.
It was on the TV.
But you didn't have it. It wasn't full screen. It was only half. It was like
it was full screen. Yes. That is my hack of the week.
How do I put it on Fox Sports? I missed it when it was on Fox Sports.
It was previously on NFL Network, which I very much enjoyed.
Okay. At Joe DeLeone, at Sanderson Radio. Chaos, FCS football. Drive safe.